Okay, this YouTube video is going to look at the Google app called Classroom. Now this is different from the Turnitin external tool, which is the plagiarism checker. Classroom is literally just where you set assignments and receive work digitally. Now you can see that I've opened up other tabs prior to this, and the reason for that is when you first log into Google, you won't find the Classroom app on the list. You'll need to go to another app first, like Drive, before it comes up on the list. There's a known fault, I'm not quite sure why that is at the moment. If I click this plus here, I can create a class. You can also see the join the class option, which is where students can join the class using a certain code, which I'll show in just a moment. So if I click create a class, I'm not going to worry with the section, I'm just going to click create. You can see there's going to be this fancy banner across the top, which I can change this theme, or I can upload a photo. This is the class code I was referring to, so giving this code to the students, whether it's via the community or on the board or via email, means they can enroll themselves to your class instead of you going to find them. Now if this is your first time, I would recommend just having a quick look at the tour to see if anything's changed within Classroom. And Google just gives you a brief tour of the class and shows you what's there. If I wanted to add students manually in advance, I'd do it via here and click invite. Now I'm going to pause at this point, but basically you click this drop down and select the directory, and then you can search for the students here. If I start doing it now, it's going to list the student names, and I don't want to do that. But you can add the individual students if you want to, but not the group. Okay, if I go back to my stream, this has changed recently, and we need to update some guidance that we were preparing. There's now a plus button down here, that allows us to create an announcement, much like in Blackboard. We keep it assignment based, considering this classroom is mainly used for assignments. So please bear in mind what we covered in this lesson will be useful for the following assignment. But in this instance, in most cases, you're just going to create an assignment, which I'm going to do now. Title of the assignment. It was a good idea to have a test assignment at the beginning of the year to make sure that students and yourself can get used to the tool. Okay, and when it's due, quite self-explanatory. Okay, click save. Now at this point below you can see I can attach a document from my computer. I can attach a document from Drive. I can embed a YouTube video, or I can embed a link. I can choose where I'm going to post this assignment. It's going to be more than one course I wanted to, so you can see the list of my courses, or my classroom should I say. Or I could just click assign. Now in this instance I've prepared a file that I'm going to attach within Drive. So I'm going to search Drive. And it's this task sheet I'm going to do. Now this is just an example, but if I was setting a task sheet to students, which is a template and they need to fill it in, this is one option I can do. It works best using Google Docs, and you can see the option it's given me here, students can view the file. Now that might be for if it was the grading criteria, where students don't need to do anything to the file, but just need to refer to it for that assignment. They can also edit the file, so if it was all the students in the group editing the one file, like some kind of wiki, that might be the option you do. Or for the sake of this, a task sheet, make a copy for each student. That's fine. Now I'm going to click assign. And you can see my task sheet. Now, there's currently no students on this class, which is why it says not done. So if I had 3 students and 1 person submitted, it would say 1 done, 2 not done, and so forth. Now if I type something wrong, I can click this button here, and I can edit the assignment. And then I could add a class note to refer to things that might have been covered in the lesson since this assignment was set. It's also worth noting that content doesn't necessarily sit within Classroom. It's more facilitates submissions. So what happens to content? It actually goes into your Drive space. And for students working on their work, they will also get the equivalent folder in their Drive as well. I'll quickly show you. I've obviously done some of mine before, but if we go into this classroom folder, you can see that this is the one I'm currently working in. If I click in this class, you can see the assignment that I've just set, this Unit 0. Potentially, when students start to submit work, i.e. when they first go in there and start working assignments, their list of Google Docs that they've started with their name against would appear here. Okay, back to the classroom. If I want to see their work and their submissions, I've got two choices. I can either see their work as they started working on it from the drive, and I could leave comments before they even submit it. Or I can click this unit, and this would list my students and those that have submitted their work and so forth. I can give grades in here against the students and then return their work. Now I'm just going to show you some further notes from a help sheet that was made by a colleague. So when students are ready to submit their document, click an assignment in the menu on the left, click on open, and then add to select the file from their drive. In this case, I've shared the file with them. And then they can turn it in from there, or turn in, should I say, not to be confused with the other tool. So you can see this is the assignment that they set up as a test. Students can leave comments when they submit their work as well, in case they had any issues. Once assignments have been submitted, the tutor can view them, allocate a grade or comments, and return them with further comments, giving students the opportunity to resubmit their work. Students will be advised by email of any comments or their submission has been returned, so of course that will go to their Gmail. And this is roughly the view. You see the list of students, if they've done it, the grade that's been given, and so forth. And you can download their work if you want to keep a separate copy as well. A grade sheet gets produced based on the above, and you can download the grade sheet. You can see their names against all the different assignments that were set. Okay, that's just the very basics of Classroom. I will likely produce a further video in the future, but that will be enough to get you started. Thank you.